Hello, fantasy managers. Welcome back to another episode of the First Pitch Podcast here on the Pitcherless Podcast Network. My name is Carson Picard. I will be your host for this weekend edition of the pod. Let's get into everything baseball related from Thursday, July 9th. We will start, as always, with the headline news and notes. A handful of injuries here as we get into the part of the season when teams are utilizing the All-Star break to use their ILs, and also just fatigue is ramping up. It is a much needed break for these players. And so just be aware, as there's a lot of transactions, a lot of things going on here in the next week. Ranger Suarez hits the 15-day IL with a left groin strain. This is retroactive from a few days ago. Owen Casey hits the 10-day IL with a right calf strain. Mark Vientos suffered a right hand fracture in yesterday's game. No word on the timetable of that injury, likely to be out, I would have to imagine, about a month, just given like how the hamate fractures have been happening over the year, but I don't know the exact bone or anything like that. Connor Prelip goes on the 15-day IL. This is what I was talking about, with a blister on the middle finger. Probably wouldn't hit the IL if the All-Star break wasn't right around the corner, but he will at least miss a couple turns in the rotation. Rehab starts and recovery updates here. Aaron Judge will have his rib re-imaged during the All-Star break to get a better timetable on his return. And both Wilson Contreras and Julio Rodriguez, dealing with a couple injuries themselves, still out of the lineups as of yesterday. Do not know if they will be activated today. Speaking of activations, Munetaka Murakami will be activated today. Rather, he will be in the lineup for the White Sox as they look to hold on to their lead in the Central, which is something they haven't said in years. And a bunch of players were activated yesterday. Jansen Junk, Logan Henderson, Bailey Ober, and Wyatt Langford all activated from the IL. Speaking of those, we move on to our notable performers, and we talk about our top hitter of the day. As always, and my top hitter of the day is none other than Ben Rice. It's a 2-homer day for Ben Rice with a walk, 2 for 4. It's a very good performance, and it's one that I think the Yankees need and he needs. After a electric April, Rice slowed down a good bit in May, has been and then really slowed down in June, picked it back up. Ben Rice, really excellent performance. This is a big win for the Yankees as they have snapped and are hoping to emerge out of this little slump they're in and chase the Rays down in the division. And hopefully once Aaron Judge gets back, they can get rolling. Moving on, Jim Jarvis, Braves rookie, went 3 for 5 with a home run and a double in a huge performance for the Braves. Matt Olson went 1 for 3 with a home run and a pair of walks. Jake Mangum went 4 for 5 with a home run and a stolen base to boot. Didn't do much for the Pirates as far as getting the win, but nevertheless, great performance. Esmeralda Valdez went 1 for 4 with a home run and a walk. He is staying hot. He is staying able to put the ball over the fence, and hopefully he's going to be able to keep doing that. We'll see if this is for real. Juan Soto went 1 for 2 with a home run and a pair of walks. Jason Dominguez went 2 for 4 and a stolen base. Chandler Simpson got 2 triples. No stolen bases because he was on third base both times, which is just very unusual. I actually looked up how unusual it is. Happens a handful of times a year, but still quite notable. Seiya Suzuki went 2 for 4 with a home run and a double. Caleb Durbin goes and hits a home run. He has been really solid in the last month. Go take a look at him if you're in relatively deeper leagues. Eduardo Valencia, wanted to shout out this guy. Pinch hit, first career at bat, and it goes over the fence. He hits a home run for the Tigers to secure a victory. Congratulations to Mr. Valencia, 26-year-old catcher. Royce Lewis went 2 for 4 with a home run. Dom Canzone goes 2 for 5 with a home run. Josh Naylor, 1 for 4, but does pick up 2 stolen bases. Griffin Conine goes 3 for 4 with a home run. The Marlins are red hot, folks. They are fantastic right now. We'll talk about them more in just a bit. Bryce Terang went 2 for 5 with a stolen base. The all-star snub continuing to be extremely effective. Jake Bowers joining him 2 for 4 with a home run. Nolan Schanuel went 4 for 4 with a pair of doubles and a walk. Really, if you know me, you know how much I love whenever a guy gets on base every single plate appearance. That happens with Nolan Shanwell. It's a great performance. He's bumps his season numbers up considerably and doing pretty solid for the Angels. Brandon Nimmo goes 2 for 4 with a home run and a stolen base. Manny Machado 2 for 3 and a home run. Another player that's been heating up and snapping out of a first half slump. And finally, Bryce Eldridge, talk about a revelation for the San Francisco Giants, 2 for 3 with a home run and a pair of walks in their big win over the Rockies. Check out the Daily Batters Box article for more information about all of these hitters and then some. I'm going to take a short break, and we'll be back with the starting pitchers, the reliever report, and my preview of today's games. All right, welcome back to the First Pitch Podcast. We move on now to talk about the starting pitchers from yesterday and the most notable performances. And we will start with my pitcher of the day, and that is none other than the guy I have been rooting for and saying you should pick him up or trade for him rather, because you know he's going to come back and produce for you. Jesus Luzardo, what a performance here. 7 innings, no earned runs, 2 hits, 11 strikeouts to just 2 walks on 96 pitches, got 20 whiffs, 36 CSW percent. This is the start for Jesus Luzardo that you knew he was capable of against the Reds at Cincinnati, mind you. Phenomenal performance. B- PLV, so some of the metrics weren't extremely favorable. He's gotten that up to A PLV grades, A stuff grades over the course of the year. But the changeup was absolutely popping. That thing got like a 50 swinging strike rate. They just was able to get tons of whiffs, and really no one was able to hit it in that Reds lineup. A fairly scary Reds lineup at that. It's got some nice bats in there. So a great performance from Jesus Luzardo, reassuring performance, and we'll see how he fares in the second half, likely very strongly. Nathan Eovaldi had a mixed bag of an outing. 6 innings, but 3 earned runs, 6 hits, 10 Ks, 2 walks on 99 pitches, 23 whiffs for Nathan Eovaldi. That tops the Gallows poll, 34 CSW percent. B- PLV, the 4-seamer, was up a tick. It always is incredible. Nathan Eovaldi used to be a guy that was touching triple digits on the fastball about 7 years ago. He's totally reinvented himself. Good for Nathan Eovaldi. And this is a really solid start. He has been really solid overall. The earned run's a little unfortunate, but still not half bad. Framber Valdez. Framber, you confound me. 7 innings, 1 earned run, 3 hits, 9 Ks, no walks on 87 pitches. For a guy that has been struggling over the course of the year, 18 whiffs, 33 CSW percent. This is his best outing of the year for sure. Right when I was out on Framber Valdez, he pulls me back in. A lot stronger locations overall. The curveball was getting whiffs. The sinker was not straying over the middle of the plate. This was a really solid outing. CPLV grade, but that has been really low. And for a guy that emphasizes ground balls, the actual raw pitch modeling isn't necessarily as consequential. This is a great outing from Framber Valdez. Bryce Miller went 5 innings, 4 earned runs, 9 hits, 3 Ks, 4 walks on 81 pitches. And you think, hey, this is a really rough start. He got Marloned. 10 whiffs, 25 CSW percent. Goes up against the Marlins, who are just insanely hot. I'm going to give him a little bit of slack here. Abe stuff on the grade. The fastball was down a tick still. I mean, anyone who's been following the Marlins recently know how good they are. This stat line probably a little deceiving, even though the walks are rather unfortunate. Jansen Junk, speaking of Marlins, went 5 innings, 1 earned run, 3 hits, 5 Ks, 4 walks on 79 pitches. Oh, Jansen Junk is he's something. 5 whiffs, 29 CSW percent, BPLV grade. If you've been following Jansen Junk, you know he doesn't get a lot of whiffs, kind of bizarrely, despite really solid stuff and a fastball that has an almost 20 inches of IVB. Am I back in on Jansen Junk? Probably a little. I'm certainly thinking about it. This is a nice start, despite the walks, despite the low whiffs. Definitely solid on the ERA front and a lack of hits. Gavin Williams went 7 innings, 2 earned runs, 3 hits, 11 Ks, 1 walk on 103 pitches, 13 whiffs, 31 CSW percent. Had a perfect first 4 frames, fastball of a tick and a half up to 98.4 miles an hour. I'm not going to say Gavin Williams is a breakout star or really someone that has, really elevated themselves. What I will say is it's a really solid season from Gavin Williams, and this is a great performance from him. Drew Rasmussen went 2 1/3, 6 earned runs, 7 hits, 2 Ks, no walks on 61 pitches, 6 whiffs, 21 CSW percent against the New York Yankees. Blech, gross. Had an A PLV grade, so some of the pitch modeling liked it, but either way was not a start to remember from Drew Rasmussen. He's had a couple clunkers in a row, but overall still one of the most effective pitchers on the season basis from a ratio perspective. Reed Detmers, speaking of blech, 4 innings, 5 earned runs, 7 hits, 6 Ks, 1 walk, and 82 pitches, 10 whiffs, 28 CSW percent, right in line with league averages. Just once, I would like Reed Detmers to make sense. Just once in his entire career, he has a no-hitter with no strikeouts, and then he has a ton of strikeouts without much success in getting an ERA that's low. Reed Detmers breaks every single conventional method we have of evaluating pitchers, I think. Just get the guy out of Anaheim. Maybe that's all we need. Merrill Kelly. Talk about a guy. I don't think I've mentioned Merrill Kelly maybe all year. I'd have to look. I don't even know if I could look back. 7 innings, 1 earned run, 3 hits, 6 Ks, 3 walks on 94 pitches, 12 whiffs, 30 CSW percent, B- PLV grade. This is Merrill Kelly's best start of the year. I'm almost certain of that. And for a guy that I've probably been written off by most fantasy managers, for someone who is up there in age in the twilight of their career, what a great outing from Merrill Kelly, even though the walks leave a little bit to be desired. Definitely, the guy that we saw a few years ago that, remember, he was a, World Cup of Baseball starter for Team USA. It was one of the better pitchers in baseball. A great start for Merrill Kelly. Anyway, that's going to be the roundup of the pitchers. Give the Plus Pitch podcast a listen and check out Nick and Jake's daily SP roundup. It's probably going to be a lot of Jake. I don't know if you saw the news, but Nick has suffered an injury. He's on the 60-day IL with a ruptured Achilles, if I remember correctly. Best wishes to Nick Pollock, who is... he's got the hardest work ethic in he's got about the hardest work ethic in fantasy baseball journalism. So it is sad to see. And I know it's killing him to be out of commission for a little bit, but still Jake does an excellent job, as you know, if you listen to the show. So check out the SP Runners for more information there. We move to the reliever report, where we talk about who got the saves and who blew it from yesterday's game. Andrew Kittredge gets his second save of the year in the varying and bizarre situation in the Orioles bullpen, so do be aware of that. Cade Smith picks up his 27th save of the year, leading, I believe, the all of Major League Baseball. Aroldis Chapman picks up his 19th save of the year. Kenley Jansen picks up his 11th. Joan Duran Joan Duran picks up his 23rd save of the year. Paul Sewald picks up his 21st save. And who blew it? Dennis Santana. Not technically a blown save, but the saga of the Pirates bullpen continues. 1 inning pitched in a 6-5 ball game. Chance to get this game fairly close. They give the Pirates a chance to walk it off or tie it up. Dennis Santana crushes those hopes. 4 earned runs off 3 hits and 2 walks as the Pirates lose 10-5. Check out Rick Graham's weekly articles for more information about all these relievers and who is performing and the roles, as we now look forward to today's slate of games. A couple matchups I want to highlight. The Chicago Cubs at the Cincinnati Reds. It is Shota Imanaga versus Hunter Green. It is going to be a not high velocity from Imanaga, but definitely a fastball heavy game. The Diamondbacks at the Los Angeles Dodgers. It is Eduardo Rodriguez versus Shohei Ohtani. The Cleveland Guardians at the Miami Marlins. Parker Messick versus the MLB innings leader in Sandy Alcantara. But my game of the day is going to be a couple bottom dwellers in their respective leagues, but still with some excellent starting pitching. It is the Boston Red Sox at the New York Mets. Sonny Gray versus Nolan McLean, two of my favorite pitchers. A lot of high spin breaking balls here, but that's going to be my game of the day. And that is going to be the First Pitch podcast for today. For the deeper dive on everything baseball, hop on to pitcherlist.com for further access. Sign up for PL Plus or PL Pro to gain access to the Discord, PLV apps, and to support the Pitcherlist staff like myself. Finally, my name is Carson McCard. You can find me on the Shells podcast with my great co-host Eric Henriksen, as well as on the website, formerly known as Twitter, at Carson Picard PL. Thank you very much for listening. Good luck with the rest of your weeks. Bless the knees, bless the elbows, and take care, you guys.